IVM.
Welcome to another week on IVM. It's been a great week, and if you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. On Geek this week, Tejas and Dinkar discuss their favorite movie soundtracks. On The Seen and the Unseen, Amit Verma talks to researcher and activist Amit Chandra, and they dissect India's education sector. On Cyrus Says, we have writer and director Anand Sivakumaran, who's hosting a great new show for us called Croc Tales as well. Anand and Cyrus talk about how Anand journeyed from an engineer to a full-time writer. On Simplified, Naren, Chuck, and Shriketh go to the root of the word assassin and twisted an interesting history behind it. This week on Shunyan, we're joined by Sanjay Nath, who is the co-founder and managing partner at Bloom Ventures. We have a really interesting conversation about investing. On Marbles Lost and Found, Zen and Avanti talk to psychotherapist Alicia Halani. And also this week marks the 50th episode of the Pragati podcast. Hosts Hamsini Hariharan and Pawan Srinath sit down to talk about the long, strange trip it's been and also round up some of the recent news. And with that, I'm going to take you on to your shows.
Isn't anyone trying to find me? Won't somebody come take me home? It's a damn cold night. We're talking about movie songs today.
Did you know that Parsis in Mumbai, instead of being left at the Tower of Silence after they die, are now cremated? And why? Because a cow fell sick in the early 1990s. Did you know that the smog in Delhi is caused by something that farmers in Punjab do and that there's no way to stop them? Did you know that there wasn't one gas tragedy in Bhopal, but three? One of them was seen, but two were unseen. Did you know that many well-intentioned government policies hurt the people they're supposed to help? Why was demonetization a bad idea? How should GST have been implemented? Why are all our politicians so corrupt when not all of them are bad people? I'm Amit Verma, and in my weekly podcast, The Seen and the Unseen, I take a shot at answering all these questions and many more. I aim to go beyond the seen and show you the unseen effects of public policy and private action. I speak to experts on economics, political philosophy, cognitive neuroscience, and constitutional law so that their insights can blow not only my mind, but also yours. The Seen and the Unseen releases every Monday. So do check out the archives and follow the show at seenunseen.in. You can also subscribe to The Seen and the Unseen on whatever podcast app you happen to prefer.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Geek Food Podcast. I'm Tejas. With me today is Dinkar.
Hello.
Or I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like the Avril Lavigne song.
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah. And speaking...
There's nothing but the rain.
Yeah, it's actually a really good song. It's
I
good
want to
chord
drop
progression.
an I'm with you quote, but I can't remember it. What is it, like an A, B minor, D?
It's a G, A minor, C.
With a... Oh yeah, I mean, you're just doing the same thing one step down.
Correct, yes.
Correct.
I'm just...
It's like a duck, duck, duck,
yeah.
duck, duck.
It doesn't sound as Bollywood as that, but...
Yeah, I mean, I
a
added a little whole backbeat on
yes,
it.
yeah. Alright, so since we're talking about music, that's exactly what our episode is about.
Yeah.
We're going to be discussing the second part of our highly acclaimed series, OST.
I think it received one acclaim.
Literally just the one acclaim.
Just the one acclaim.
We're going to be talking about our favorite... This time we're going to be talking about our favorite songs or favorite, albums from...
Soundtrack albums.
Soundtrack albums, yeah. So are we picking albums or are we picking just songs? I thought we picked songs.
Oh, okay. I picked albums.
You picked the whole album? Okay, maybe
Oh, no. I mean,
representative
I
of the
chose
album.
songs
Fair
that
enough.
represent albums.
Yeah, sure. I think we can look at it that way. If you haven't checked out our previous episode, you should do that, where we spoke about our favorite themes
I mean, you don't have to go in order, though. They're standalone episodes.
Yes, they're standalone. They work independently.
They work independently.
Hello, Marvel Universe. Try it sometime.
Learn something from us.
But yeah, so before we get into that, we've had a flurry of emails from folks.
Are
all
any of
over
them
the
an
globe.
acclaim?
Yes, some of them are of acclaim. I'm going to start with our first email, which is from Umair Abbasi. And this one touched the heartstring, the singular heartstring.
The one heartstring
that I have, yes. So this is Umair from Islamabad, Pakistan, who writes and it says, "Big fan since episode 0. We don't get many of those. Episode 0 fans. Like, this is OG.
Yeah.
Old school fan. I started listening to you guys when you had only 22 episodes out. I was very stressed out at the time, and you guys
We also had
me...
only 22 listeners at that point.
This is true. We had one for each episode,
Yeah.
which was Jisho. I was very stressed out at the time, and you guys gave me the smiles I needed. It's hard to find geeks in my nook of the woods. I felt lonely. You and your podcast was a great relief. Keep on going. You guys should talk about 12 Monkeys. Good storytelling, in my opinion. 12 Monkeys. The actress Emily Hampshire can play a nice female Joker, in my opinion. And he says, how would you consider an intern from across the border, and how? Wow.
Yeah.
So many things to tackle in this email.
Heartstring has been touched.
Yes. So first of all, awesome, man.
That's
we have fans
brilliant.
from Pakistan, dude. Like, this is boom. Geek Fruit uniting the nations. This is awesome. I really like that. Umair, thank you so much for writing in. I'm happy that, the show's been supportive, I guess.
So.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, this is one of the reasons we exist, because there's no geeks in any nook of the woods. Or we're around, but it's hard to find us.
Yeah, it's hard to find us, but I think the cool
we
thing
are
is
the
that
beacon, the geekin,
if you
one
will.
might say.
But yeah, it's cool. I mean, like, I feel like we only do this podcast because this is really what we want to do, which is just nerd out and talk about stuff.
Yeah.
And I think when people listen to it, they also feel like they're part of the conversation. So that's cool. He says you should talk about 12 Monkeys. Have you seen 12 Monkeys? The movie and
The film,
the TV
I
show?
have not seen the TV show. I have seen the movie. long
The
ago.
Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Time travel. Actually, I'm surprised we haven't talked about it.
I don't know why. It would have come up. It should come up.
Did you like it? Do you like 12 Monkeys?
Yeah.
I
We
think it's
never did
alright.
mind-bending movies, did we?
We're yet to do a few of the mind.
It's going to come up in mind-bending
the
movies.
Mind F movies.
The Mind F movies.
Okay, cool. So we're going to talk about 12 Monkeys
This
probably then.
series I don't know about though. Is it?
Is it cancelled? Is it still on? Not
I
sure.
don't even know what it is, because is it taking characters from 12 Monkeys? Because that doesn't
I have no
fully
idea.
make sense
I've
to me.
still not seen it, so I don't know. The actress Emily Hampshire can play a nice female Joker. Don't know. Well, we should watch to find out.
We'll reserve judgment, but
Female
I trust
Joker,
you.
but I thought it was going to be this one from Batman vs Superman. What's her name?
Who dis?
Oh God, I can't remember. She's in The Walking Dead. Lauren Cohen.
Is
Yes.
in Batman v Superman?
Yeah, she plays Martha Wayne,
Oh,
who then goes on
right.
to be the Joker in the alternate universe.
Yes, I forgot. In that one scene.
And that would be awesome because Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be an excellent Thomas
He'd be a
Wayne
great Batman, yeah.
Yes. All right. Cool. So I hope that helps, Omer. And we've got another, thanks for writing in. We've got another email from Salman who says, hey guys, loved your Pixar special episode. He's given bullet points
It's an
also.
acclaim.
It's an acclaim?
Yeah.
He said, they are best at pulling your heartstrings.
Oh,
But
nice.
I only have one.
That's
it's
because the
very-
rest were broken by Pixar.
Yes, this is true. And he says that maybe we should classify them into top 5 Pixar scenes that would make you cry. And he's given his top 5 scenes.
Ooh, that's a
Number
tough
1,
one.
wedding montage in Up.
Agreed.
Number 2, Ratatouille's Anton has the Ratatouille scene.
Ah, nice,
Yes.
great.
We've spoke about all these.
Yeah.
Toy Story 3, the incinerator scene. Finding Nemo. This was a good one. He says Finding Nemo when the seagull comes to Nemo.
Steven Seagal?
Yeah, and the group in the fish tank, and he explains how his scaredy cat father, in quotes, Marlin has braved sharks, jellyfish, and abysmal sea depths, and is traveling across the Pacific Ocean just to get his son.
Yeah, that's
That was
a
a good one. That was a good one.
Nice one.
And the 5th one is what he says, the dance in space. A defined dancing, basically. Wally's scene where Eve and Wally kiss for the first time. Yes,
Great scenes.
classic scene. And he says,
Agreed, Salman on all 5.
good one. Honorable mention, Cars, the climax when Lightning McQueen does not complete the race and goes to help the injured car, Coco. And he says slow disintegration of the character played by Edward James Olmos, who finally gets forgotten. Oh, there we go.
Touching. I didn't.
Good one.
That
That's all,
is
you
a
nerds,
great
he
pick
says.
because it's out of what I would have thought of. So good call.
Yes, great stuff. Thank you guys for writing in. For people who are checking us out on Twitter as well, at Geek Fruit HQ, please keep tweeting at us. Somebody said we should watch Sacred Games, so I think we're going to do that. Yes, we should, right?
Yeah, I mean we were watching it anyway.
Yeah. I am watching. I started watching the first episode. It's not bad.
We can talk about
We
it.
should talk about it. Cool. So let's take a short break, and we'll come back. We're going to talk about our favorite songs and soundtracks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to listen to attempt number 15 to record the promo for the podcast Vartalab.
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 All day, all night, Vartalab.
Oh yeah. It's a really nice podcast, guys. It's with me and Naveen, and it has really nice stories.
Yeah, people come tell their stories, ups and downs, fun times. We all cry at the end. It's like a Karan Johar movie, but in 1 hour or less.
Yay.
Yeah, every Monday. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're talking about our favorite movie soundtracks and their albums.
Movie soundtrack albums. Again, I feel like it's
Arbitrary,
necessary for we have to invent the terms because
yes.
no one's done this yet. Or they have, but the terms are very malleable. Sometimes they go soundtrack album, sometimes they go
music inspired by.
Music from and inspired by,
colon.
That's a nomenclature that got invented, I think, in the 90s.
Yeah, I remember only seeing it on this the Sony albums, the Spider-Man albums.
Spider-Man, music from and inspired by.
Yes.
There was also stuff like, Armageddon, the album.
Correct. Now question, where have all these albums gone?
I don't know.
Why don't we have good albums that have been songs, and when I say this, songs that have been specifically written for the movie? So that means songs like I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith for Armageddon.
Yeah.
Not written as part of an album.
Armageddon, the album, yeah.
Correct, yeah. So why don't they do that? What happened?
Allow me to explain. I said I don't know, but I have a theory.
Go.
So, I feel like albums are not a thing as much anymore.
But why? You think now with Spotify and like streaming services,
so you'd stream songs, right?
But more than ever now, then a great collection can, do some stuff.
It can, and that happens once in a while. Like Black Panther literally put out Black Panther the album.
So that's a rarity, I'd say still, right? Like it's a rare one. It was almost used like a marketing trick before it was just the norm to do it.
Correct. So what movies do now, I think, is put out a song on streaming services, and that's about enough for them. So they don't create an entire album. A couple of songs, maybe, like...
Give me examples, please.
So, the most popular movie soundtrack song of all time is See You Again by Charlie Puth.
Correct.
And Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa.
It's such a shame because I hate that song.
I actually don't mind the song
terrible.
when Wiz Khalifa is at it because he's good.
Wiz Khalifa's not bad.
Wiz Khalifa's great.
But it starts with Charlie.
And I gotta be honest though. Did you see that movie?
Fast and Furious
5.
7?
6?
5, okay.
One of them. The last one with
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, yes. Yeah. And the last scene is quite emotional and the song plays and it cues it up pretty well.
Okay.
It's like...
Does it start with Charlie?
It does, yeah, it does. Because I was trying to remember did it annoy me right at the beginning or somewhere in the middle of the song. He's the most insipid musician out there, isn't he?
He has one good song.
Attention. He just wants attention. Yeah. But anyway...
he also has the worst song of all time, which is Let's Marvin Gaye and Get It On.
Oh, God. That should be sued. Not Ed Sheeran, but Ed Sheeran also. Why not? All right. So I was going to say that should be sued, not Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines. They don't have anything to do with that first song. Even though I don't like Robin Thicke.
They copped a feel, which Robin Thicke does quite often.
Nonsense. Anyway, coming back to soundtrack albums, they don't exist.
They do a couple of songs now. Suicide Squad also did this famously.
Right.
They put out an album.
They did put out an album. So what is it? So is it DC just kind of thinking about and Marvel?
So
DC
I think
and Marvel
they do
basically?
It's just not as much in the forefront, probably because movies don't need music to market themselves as much anymore.
It's not like 90s Bollywood anymore.
Exactly.
It's like all Mahesh Bhatt films. The songs are
you
good.
Remember the times, other than maybe See You Again, I can't remember even songs created for movies that have scenes from the movie. Black Panther did it with SZA's All of the Stars video, for example. Correct. But otherwise, you won't see Spider-Man swinging from the rooftops over Josie Scott's head. Which is literally how
this is true.
A particular entry we're going to talk about starts.
Yeah. This is true.
So it's maybe it's just not as necessary. Now you've got teaser trailers. You've got plenty of outlets to market the movie.
It just feels like it was such a great idea.
It was a norm.
What used to be a couple of board members going well, so who's going to be on the album?
Yeah.
It's now should we do an album this time? It's just what a strange.
I think they haven't died down at all. Actually, maybe they've reduced a bit because the albums are still being put out. In fact, a lot of my entries are fairly recent.
Mine are all classic.
I mean,
That's
mine are new classics.
Fair enough.
But I think the biggest change is the videos. The videos don't need to feature the movie as heavily anymore.
This is
possibly
true.
Also, trailers feature the songs a lot of the time.
Yeah, I guess. It feels bad. Yeah, I feel bad.
Times have changed. In our times,
back in the day, man, a song that was pretty much the breakup or healing song for all relationships in my high school was Broken by Seether and Amy Lee, which gets worse the more you listen to it. I've realized.
It's such a bad song. I am proud to say I didn't like it when it came out.
But it was so... Was it just an emo period? I don't know.
It was... Oh, okay.
Extended emo period? Should we do this? We're going to break it up, I think.
I guess so, yeah.
Like we did in the last episode. We're going to do underrated and we're going to do best of.
All right.
So let's do underrated first. Okay? Do you wanna go first?
Okay,
I feel like I know exactly what's on your list, and I think
know,
you know exactly what's on my list.
I think we might literally have the same list, but
it's possible that we could not also.
To start with, I mean, maybe there's some differences, but I'm pretty sure this is on your list.
Okay.
I want to talk about Titan AE.
Oh, that was literally the first song.
I know.
It was literally the first song
So,
I was gonna pick.
I mean, if we're starting with soundtracks that are underrated and also define a movie and an era, then Titan AE is perfect.
Yeah.
Titan AE, tell our viewers what it's about, because I don't know where to start.
So I think if Geek Fruit ever had a top 10 favorite movies of all time, few movies would definitely make that list, like Galaxy Quest, and another movie 100% on that top 10 would be Titan AE. It's a movie about its AE stands for After Earth, when the Earth kind of is no longer habitable because an alien species called the Dredge are trying to eradicate human life.
Oh my god, I love this movie.
And and so a scientist sends basically a dome of like
basically he sends a platter,
a sphere of which contains all our species DNA in it.
Yeah.
And
it's
one
a sampler.
Day, it's a sampler. Yes, basically.
It's like a breadbasket for the entirety of life.
It's a beer flight basically of all our species and stuff and their DNA, and basically the scientist passes away, but his son has to not neglect his duty anymore as a loyal citizen of Earth and go and ignite the Titan, which will then create a new Earth.
Yes.
So that's what the story is about, and it's fucking awesome. It's amazing.
It's a great movie. It's very off its time, shall we say, as is the soundtrack. So
great cast.
Matt Damon, Drew Barrymore,
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman, correct.
Yeah, solid cast. And also a rewrite of the film was done by Joss Whedon. So
correct.
You got it, man. You got
uncredited,
all of it.
I believe.
Uncredited, yeah.
So the soundtrack features
which one are you playing though? Because I have it queued and ready.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I know which one I was going to pick.
Okay.
But go for it, man.
I mean, I was going to go straight for the classic and play Cosmic Castaway.
Of course, right?
Yeah. Did you also have that queued up?
To
what moment? Because I was trying to pick, should we go from the start of the song or from
it's from 0:27. That's the timestamp.
Which, of the chorus?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Just go.
You can't skip the rap verse.
I know you can't.
Lose my head in the chemical freeway.
Of course. Of course. Okay, but should you want to play it?
Okay, no, you play it from the chorus, because after the chorus it goes into the rap verse.
I'm gonna hit it from the chorus.
Alright.
You definitely want to hear the rap, right?
Yeah.
All right.
This is one of the few good things rap rock has given us.
Literally this one.
Yeah.
I will put
it's
it out.
It's a good soundtrack. I mean, if you use this as a symbol for the rest of the soundtrack, there is Lit in there with Over My Head.
Over My Head. And then there's a song called
It's My Turn to Fly.
It's My Turn to Fly by The Urge.
Yeah. Man. It's my turn to fly.
I'm going sweet tonight.
Yeah. It's also
amazing.
That song works really well because there's a scene where he has to navigate an asteroid belt of sorts.
Yeah, oh dude, and that's one of the best scenes of the whole movie.
So he makes it out and he gets into the space where suddenly everything slows down.
What are those things called? The wake ghosts or something like that?
Yes,
they're basically the things that follow spaceships.
Yeah.
Man, amazing. I'm going to put this out on a limb. I'm going to go on a limb and say, if I have to use a song that will define my entire childhood or a soundtrack, man,
this one?
Sure. I mean, it takes me to a place that no other song can really go.
Does.
It's weird.
These songs were, Cosmic Castaway wasn't written for the movie. I feel like It's My Turn to Fly was written for the movie.
Oh, yeah?
I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm
literally in the gap when he suddenly starts coasting through the asteroids, everything slows down and goes like, it's my turn to fly. Father, be with me tonight.
Amazing. Yeah, exactly. Father, be with... Oh, man, it's perfect. Okay. So, Titan AE, we cannot recommend this...
Right on target. Sorry, I had to complete the verse.
We can't recommend this movie enough. Please watch Titan AE. Alright, let's move on to our next underrated song. Should I go for one?
Yeah, go for one.
Alright, so my pick is from a band that people love to hate, I think. I don't know.
Nickelback.
No, it's not Nickelback. No, I was going to say Train.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I mean, people, I think after Hey Soul Sister, people started kind of
which is a shame, because they did have...
I know, they have great songs. In fact, I think this song, which I've picked, is quite underrated. I think it's really good also. And it's from Spider-Man 2. The song is called Ordinary, and it's from Spider-Man 2. And it's got a great, it's got what I really love about that era, which is rock music with big string sections.
Correct.
So, here we go. Ordinary by Train. Great turnaround. All right, Ordinary by Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, great song.
That turnaround in the last line of the chorus is so good.
Solid, right? But which reminds me, it has another classic feature of music videos from that time, which is intercut music videos with the band.
With the band, yes.
Oh,
this
classic.
is exactly what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
feel like we're not seeing soundtrack albums
Because
in
nobody
our face
watches
as much
TV anymore?
Yeah, and we're not seeing music videos like this so much anymore.
It's just on YouTube. Yeah.
Even in the Black Panther one, they
Yeah.
cut 2 clips from the movie. In clips like this, Spider-Man pioneered this, I think. You'd have characters interacting with characters
Yeah,
from the movie, which was
that's
usually
true.
really poorly done. Like
But-
the train singer will look down a building and Spider-Man's looking up at a building, but nothing has anything
Yeah.
to do with itself.
Man, but the challenges of making those music videos must have been really interesting for directors saying, oh my god, we can use this shot
Yeah.
with this shot, man.
It's like they got a bunch of stock footage and they have to figure out how to create a narrative
Yeah,
around
exactly.
it.
And
you'd have like
and
the-
only promotional footage, right? Like,
the
it's
band is like standing on. This is so typical. Band will be standing on a rooftop dramatically. They'll walk out to the edge and look down, and a fight is happening on a completely different street.
I don't know if this is part of your list or not, but many songs have done this excellently.
Many songs have done this.
Like,
Since you've brought up Spider-Man 2,
Okay,
I'm going to
cool.
cheat and jump in with Spider-Man 1.
okay,
which
cool. This is your
I
underrated
think-
song?
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, so
I'm just bringing it up because you brought up Spider-Man 2. And I feel like you can't talk
I
about...
have more Spider-Man songs, actually.
Oh.
I have one more Spider-Man song.
From Spider-Man the 1?
No, from the last one. But we'll get to it.
What is the last one?
We'll get to it.
Spider-Man the 3rd.
It's in my best of.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
not
Okay.
underrated, yeah.
Well, Spider-Man the 1st, I'm only bringing up. I don't think it's underrated. In fact, it is, if anything, overrated.
Overrated, obviously.
But it defines soundtrack
It defines
albums.
it. It defines
Spider-Man
it.
the album.
Correct.
With the world famous song Hero
by
Josie Scott and Shad Kroger.
and Josie Scott of Saliva.
Yeah.
Did he die? I heard a rumor that he passed
Shut up,
away.
what?
A long time ago. I don't know I think it was just one of those internet rumors.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that'd be sad.
Yeah.
But yes, this song literally starts with the shot of Spider-Man swooping over a rooftop.
Yeah.
Camera pans down. And Shad Kroger goes like straight into the song.
Okay, let's deconstruct this. Is this song too much testosterone for Spider-Man?
Yeah, probably. No, but
Right,
it's
right?
like, I don't think it's
It's like
testosterone
two
really.
gruff, long-haired, bearded
See,
men
they're only being-
who are singing about Spidey, man.
But
Spidey's
have
like
you
a boy.
seen Chad's hair? He's like basically, he's beach blonde Jesus.
Yeah, he is bleach blonde.
And,
This is true.
I mean, I guess Josie Scott is Judas?
Yeah, you know what's weird? I've always felt a connection between Chad Kroger and Nicolas Cage.
What?
Do they not remind you of the same person in many ways?
I could see their faces being kind of similar.
Yeah, right?
And also, you don't know if, I mean,
Maybe
I suppose
Nicolas
Chad
Cage
Kroger is
Chad
serious.
Kroger. There's a very high chance of
It's
that happening.
it's the role of a lifetime.
Yeah, it is.
Be in the worst band ever. Nicolas Cage is like, oh, okay.
No, Nicholas. That's probably
oh my
why.
God, we've cracked it open. But
That's
I
probably
don't think the
why.
song is testosterone at all. It only sounds. I mean, it's not like balls out rock.
Yeah,
it's just
not.
drama.
Yeah, it's true. It's not drama.
The
It's
problem
too-
with that
it's like
song
epic, yeah.
is it drilled the 2000s male lead singer voice into everyone's head.
Yeah.
You know the voice I'm talking about.
yeah, the Scott
Oh,
Stapp.
I'm so high.
Yeah,
the one.
exactly. That's exactly.
It's the one where you start
Also-
all your eyes
Yeah.
with Y. So basically, it's not
Yeah.
I am so high. It's like I'm so high.
There's a word before. It's like he's.
Whacking here,
It's like
here,
Scooby Doo
boy.
is singing all of this, but
Ruh-roh.
you know what? It also ruined the FG D majors.
Unfortunately,
chord progression.
it does have the greatest solo of all time, though. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right, cool. So we have how many more underrated tracks do we have?
Oh, I could go all day.
I have one more.
Send us your guy.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So-
I should definitely talk about mine though, but send yours.
Yeah, okay, cool. So mine, this is, I think, underrated.
Hmm?
I think the band is also slightly underrated, but for good reason, because they're not that great. But I think... I
So
think
they're rated.
They are rated. I think, yeah, just about rated. This song, though, I don't know why, it's very special to me. It also really emphasizes rock music with string sections. It's just like, it's excellent. And why I picked this song is because it's also from a soundtrack which is probably the most legendary superhero soundtrack of all time. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I think so.
It's this is a song by a band called The Calling.
Oh my god!
And
I
this
knew
song,
it.
and this song is called For You from the movie.
Very typical of the. I was going to get into the song, but let's hear Alex Band do it. But again, typical of the 2000s lead singer voice.
Pretty much. And it's from the movie Daredevil.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
right.
really like that song. Here's my
I
problem,
actually really do
Tejas.
like this song.
You did not play the best part, which is the verse. The song works because it transitions from this
I
like...
am vision.
Excuse me, it's
I am-
why I'm vision. Why am vision. Why am justice.
Yeah, classic.
And then he goes into falsetto in the middle of the verse.
You know, no, in the chorus, he's you know it's true.
Even in
Which
the
is
verse,
also great,
where
yeah.
he goes like, what is it? Why am vision, why am justice? Never
Never
thought that
I
I
could
could
love.
inside the darkness.
That's true. Delicate moment.
Okay, since you brought up Daredevil : the album, I mean it's underrated, but also, man, I don't know. If you had to pick
It's
the
not underrated.
most,
I think this song is underrated from the album, but
yeah,
the
it's a
album
good
is
song.
very celebrated.
The album is, I think,
Chock full of
it's so
hits.
typical of the 2000s
Yes.
that I think I hate it now.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you the artists on it. Fuel,
Oh my god, Fuel.
The Calling, who we
Correct,
listen to,
yes.
Saliva,
Saliva, Josie Scott. Seether again.
Nickelback,
Nickelback.
Moby,
Moby. Okay, Moby's cool though.
Moby's cool.
I think Moby's the saving grace of this album. But go ahead.
but also he's a very 2000s guy.
He is a
Evanescence.
2000. Evanescence. How did we go, 30 minutes into this episode without bringing up Evanescence in movie soundtrack? But yeah, go ahead.
Wake Me Up.
Yeah.
Finger 11. Not
Yeah,
bad.
I remember.
Huba Stank.
Uber sang classic again.
Chevelle.
I've not even heard of that.
I don't even know what a Chevelle is. Boy Sets Fire.
Not heard.
Okay, now we've gone into stuff we don't know. But
Nah, these are
literally
the indiest
those
of indie
first 8 tracks define the 2000s.
This is true. The 8 bands actually. At least, yeah. Alright, so those are my underrated picks. Do
I'll
you have
give
one
you-
more?
yes,
Before
I've
we
got a-
take a break and talk about the goats.
So, I mean, I have an underrated one purely, I mean, maybe it's not as underrated as, I mean, it's actually fairly well known, but I think it's not recognized enough.
For
Even
its
so.
for its brilliance of songwriting?
Yes, I would like to talk about Twilight New Moon. So,
I think I know it's okay.
It's long been known amongst people who know the Twilight movies that their
Right.
soundtracks are spectacular.
Yes, I think I know which
and
one you're
I
talking
think
about.
so. I didn't notice the first one, but the second one,
Mm-hmm.
I remember a bunch of artists wrote songs specifically for the movie,
Oh,
and
so it did
blew
happen,
my
huh?
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Did you know there are 5 Twilight movies, by the way?
No, there are 4. There are 3 books and
no.
one movie which is turned
There
into
are
2.
4 books and 5 movies. This was brought to my
Jesus
attention
Christ.
by...
That's way too many.
by
That's
a-
about 5 too many Twilight movies.
Here's why this comes up. I was listening to an Iron Wine song that I posted about on Instagram, and our friend and fan, I'm going with fan here,
Yes.
Vidhi reached out to us and
right.
said, I was introduced to this by the Twilight soundtrack. And I was like,
Oh.
shit, yeah, that is an underrated soundtrack. And I particularly love New Moon.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe I haven't heard this then.
I don't know if you've heard the song. So this is a collaboration between 2 great artists, Bon Iver and Saint Vincent.
Oh wow!
Which
This is good. This is
Let me
actually
tell you
good.
who's on Twilight New Moon. There is Tom York. There's
Yeah.
Death Cab for Cutie.
Yeah, I heard the Dead Cab song. Yeah.
Yes, there's The Killers, there's Muse, there's Black Rebel Motorcycle
Wow.
Club.
Oh yeah, Muse did that one song, right?
Correct.
What's that song called? Not Supermassive Black Hole. Was it?
Supermassive Black Hole was on the first one.
Oh.
On the second one is...
How did they convince these people to do Twilight?
I don't
Money,
know.
probably.
I mean, maybe money, but
Maybe
also
money.
maybe they went to Bon Iver and said, dude, Saint Vincent's in, you're in or what? And Bon Iver's like, yeah, okay, cool,
And then
bro.
they went to St. Vincent and said, Bon Iver's in. Are you in?
So
what?
I've never seen a single one of these movies, but what's
Yeah.
amazing to me about this list I'm looking at on Wikipedia is it tells you what scene the song plays over.
Wow.
So
Oh, so they're actually in the movie then?
they're in the movie.
All right.
So a White Demon love song by the Killers is playing.
Okay.
First song in the credits. Okay. Done All Wrong by Black Rebel Motorcycle Club is playing. This
Okay.
happens when Jared and Emery take Bella to Emily's house. Obviously.
I can tell you the entire story of Twilight, and I've not even read a single book or watched a single movie.
Oh, so can I.
Yeah.
I know it from cracked articles.
Oh, I know it because my nephew explained it to me in like 20 minutes. The
It
whole
just takes
thing.
20 minutes?
Yep.
Okay. This song is called Rosalind by Bon Iver and Saint Vincent.
Nice. I like both of them, man.
They're both great.
Yeah.
Though this lands on the Bon Iver side of the spectrum. And of course, it plays with Bella in her room printing pictures.
Printing?
I don't know what that means. But apparently there's a scene where Bella's in her room printing pictures and this song plays for some reason.
Let's hear it.
So it carries on in that vein for
Very,
a while.
very Bon Iver.
It's
like classic Bon Iver.
Yeah. It's so like there's no particular chorus or anything, but it sounds like such a soundtracky song.
Yeah, great.
And it's really good.
Wow.
All the Twilight movies have featured spectacular soundtracks.
Nice. Maybe, you know what?
A lot of the time, I mean, they're not even in the Grey's Anatomy school of soundtracks where they pick great songs.
Right.
They found great artists and got them to write songs.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
It's the best.
Twilight, not bad, Twilight. You did something good for the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay, awesome. We're
Are
gonna take
you
a
Team
shot.
Edward or Team the other guy?
Jacob, I want to say.
Jacob, you're
Is
right.
it Jacob?
Yeah.
Because you just said Jacob goes to somebody's house.
Oh, correct. It's already out of my mind. Jacob is the wolf.
The werewolf.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean...
Werewolves.
Yes, he's the werewolf.
All right.
I'm Team Jacob.
All right, cool. I'm I'm not anything.
You mean, I'm not anything?
We'll be back after this break.
Long, long ago, not in Bethlehem, but in a place nearby, there was a wonderful birth of a huge show, which I like to call Cyrus Says. A show that encapsulates everything in human history, from the first Homo sapien to the last Homo sapien, who's traversed the entire world and then come back to India. This is a show which tells you everything about everything. If you want to know, avoid Google, come to us. It's called Cyrus Says. Get new episodes every Monday and Thursday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from. It's simple as A, B, oh God, what comes after that?
Cool, we're back. We're talking about the GOATs now. And by that I mean the greatest of all time in terms of soundtrack albums and songs from movies from popular culture.
Correct.
Yes.
Movies from popular culture
Yes.
covers our entire life.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I have 3 songs which I've
tell us.
selected. I am gonna open with something that I cannot avoid. If I had to actually pick 3 songs, then this one unfortunately is unavoidable for me because it represents a big part of my life, and it also represents a big part of what I do currently also. And allow me to play this song for you. Yeah, not much to be said about that, man. It's just it's a goat.
That's legit a goat.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have done this episode by myself and just like subbed in your lines.
Yeah.
Because you started and I was like, yes, it's Kiss from a
Yeah,
Rose.
of course, man. Because like Kiss from a Rose, apart from being from the greatest Batman movie of all time, it also is a brilliant song. And you know what? Every time I listen to it, and I have this like distinct memory of me as a kid, when no one would be at home. I would, my bathroom and my hall were at opposite ends to each other at the end of a corridor, and the TV was on one end, and when no one was at home, I would go and have a shower, and because I didn't want to miss what was happening on Channel V and MTV, I would turn the TV towards the bathroom,
and watch it all the way from across the passage.
And I would watch like, U2's like, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, because this is like 95, 90, like I guess.
Yes.
This is 97, I guess. When did Batman Forever come out? 96, 97, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, man. So I used
Post 96, 97 maybe.
I think
Definitely like late
99
90s.
is Batman and Robin. That's why I know.
Then this
98
has
is
to be
90. So then this is
96 or
96.
7, yeah.
So I used to watch this at home. Watch VJ Paula. I love her.
She's so good.
Yeah, and man, this song is too important, man. It's Seal, and it's great.
Yeah. And again, such a dramatic video.
So good. Oh, so dramatic. He's basically like, he's in these shiny black drapes, and he's just like twirling around the bat signal, just like singing in front of the bat signal. What a genius idea, though,
It's
right?
a great idea.
It's such a good idea. Oh my God.
Let me ask you a question. What does this mean? My eyes become large.
My eyes, his pupils dilate.
His pupils dilate, and that's why the light that she shines can be seen?
Yes.
Or actually you.
Just think of a scientifically accurate song.
Yeah. My eyes become
dilated.
Therefore they are able to pick up more of the incoming light and ba-da-da. But the other GOAT song from this is, of course, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, which was on my list.
Oh, okay, cool.
And again, a great video.
Actually, that was a really good video because it's got a lot of animation in it.
Yeah, so it features one thing I love. Shout out to my bro Jigs, Jishnu Guha, third member of Geek Crew.
Yes.
But yes, it's got the animated Mephisto character that Bono was playing on tour, interacting with Batman, which is perfect because that character is a Batman villain, the way Bono plays him. He is supposed to be the last living rock star.
Nice.
So he's just like given into this life of excess. He's got horns and he wears makeup. And that animated...
So Bono.
So Bono, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
They've got... it's a great workaround. So instead of cutting between random clips of the movie random separately shot green screened in band elements, they turn the whole thing into an animated video.
But it's really well segued also, man. Like even the live action stuff to the animated stuff is really nicely done, man.
And it's got a bit of a storyline and it's really surreal.
Like it's pretty dark,
the
man.
ending shot is
awesome.
like, it haunts
it's
my
haunting.
dreams.
It
basically features a giant orchestra of faceless Batman.
Man, it's one of the greats, man. It is one of the greats.
It's one of the greats.
Two greats from one movie. But that's because the movie is great.
The movie is the greatest Batman movie of all time.
Oh,
we would be remiss not to mention the Prince Batman soundtrack.
Of course, I mean,
and we don't want to be remiss. We missed the first time, now remiss or what?
Unless it was an email, which was regarding Miss.
Oh,
right.
No. The Prince Batman soundtrack, though, also great. And... like, it defined the 80s, I want to say.
It's more 80s. I think it's because we're millennials from the 90s.
It's just a great Prince album, isn't it? And it's so weird, it's so wacky that you wouldn't think it works with a Batman movie, but it does.
Our own understanding of Batman comes through these... these songs and stuff. Like when I think of Batman, classic Batman, some people think of Neil Adams or some people are thinking Frank Miller. But I only think Seal in the drapes around the bat signal. That's how I imagine Batman.
When I think Prince, I think Bat Dance.
Bat Dance.
Vicky Vale. Vicky Vale.
Alright, cool. What is your next GOAT?
Well, okay, I guess since we've done the Batmans, shall I talk to you about Mission Impossible 2? It's a good soundtrack.
I was considering it.
Even I was considering it. Actually,
but which one have you picked from Mission Impossible? There's one.
I mean, the goatest of the goats is Take a Look Around by Limp Bizkit.
I was going to say I Disappear by Metallica.
I Disappear is great.
It's a great song. In fact, it should be more in the underrated category.
I Disappear is underrated, you think?
I think compared to all the other Metallica songs, surely it is. Because it was in that
possibly
closer to Reload kind of era where they weren't doing too many guitar solos and, it was not classic Metallica.
And I also think that James Hetfield actually invented the 2000s male voice.
Did he? He did it in the 90s.
Hey.
Actually, I was going to say Scott Stapp from Creed did that.
I mean, Scott Stapp ripped off Eddie
And basically
Vedder.
everyone, pretty much everyone from the 90s, like Vedder, I just evolved into a poorer version of it. Like, not Collective Soul, what is that band called? Which is December's by whom? Collective Soul.
Yes, December's by Collective Soul.
Okay, then I can't
Again,
remember.
you could
90s.
swap out any of these singers for any other singer and they'd be the same.
Yeah.
Santana literally did that when he did Why Don't You and I. The original version of that song
with Chad Kroeger.
Yeah, was with Chad Kroeger. Then they re-recorded it with Alex Band from The Calling.
Yeah, and they made music videos for both.
And
Why?
I can't tell the difference between the two songs. I prefer the Alex Band version.
Oh, I was going to say I prefer the Chad Kroeger version.
Shut up, why?
Yeah, because that was the original.
Oh, okay. I like the Alex Band version because I like the video.
The one where they're just throwing the camera
They're just
around.
they're hanging in the park.
Yeah.
What was the 2000s? What have we become?
Don't even know, man.
Anyway, this song defines the 2000s so much that the clip I've pulled up on YouTube is called Limp Bizkit Take a Look Around .flv.
Oh, I have a great title also. Go ahead.
And this video I particularly like because it's got a storyline where basically Limp Bizkit is working in a restaurant.
Yeah, I know. This is a great song. This is the one good thing Limp Bizkit gave the
I think it's the only good song they've ever done.
Yeah. Are you sure not roll? Okay, cool. Let's move on.
And of course, you can rap the entire verse because everybody can.
Alright. I'm going to hit you something which you are not ready for. Okay? This is from the 90s.
Oh no.
It is. I don't know why people have not considered this soundtrack to potentially be also one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. Are you ready for this?
I don't know.
But that's the name of a song from that same soundtrack.
This was on my list.
This is a fucking classic.
It's a great.
And welcome to the jam.
Oh, and music from and inspired by the motion picture
Space Jam.
Space Jam, yeah.
Nice, nicely done. So they started that really then maybe.
Potentially. Space Jam started a lot
It's got
of stuff.
so many great songs.
Yeah,
including.
I was going to pick, what do you call it? The other
I
Seal
Believe I
song.
Can Fly?
No, the Steve Miller Band cover.
Oh,
Fly Like an Eagle. One of my favorites, which I've played live also with my band. I love that song.
Great song.
And but yeah, I Believe I Can Fly. Also classic. Actually, it is a beautiful song. Man.
It's a great song.
It's a beautiful song.
Again,
yeah.
like the one good thing R. Kelly's done in his life.
No, actually, he
among
had
the several
really
terrible
good
things.
album where he did that classic R&B album.
Trapped in the Closet?
No, not Trapped.
Parts
I mean,
1
that is
through
one
28.
of. That's also one of the great things he's contributed.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. But Space Jam. I'm using this song to represent the entire album. It's fantastic.
It's a great song.
Yeah. Right. What
that
is your?
covers it for our goat, so what?
No, I have one last one. Do
Send
you
us
have
your
one?
goat. I mean, so there are some obvious ones. Like I didn't bring
Honorable
up things
mentions
like Guardians
we-
of the Galaxy, for example.
I thought I was going to, but none of those songs were written for the movie, so I decided to exclude them.
Oh, are we going with songs written for the movie
I mean,
specifically? Yes,
ideally,
actually.
yeah.
Now that I think about it, I specifically laid that out in the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So, okay, Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't count, I suppose. Though Guardians of the Galaxy 2 does. Because they have that song
Which
with
song?
with Hasselhoff in the video. I forget what it's called.
In fact, I was going to name another Hasselhoff song. I can't remember the title. but it's
Baywatch
from-
the album.
No.
Baywatch Nights the album.
Baywatch Malibu, the album? No. But basically, the movie Kung Fury, which came out, which is now, by the way, getting a remake with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Basically had a David Hasselhoff song in it, which is actually awesome.
That he wrote for the movie?
I don't know if he wrote it, he just sang it.
Yeah.
Somebody must have, but it's a really good song. You guys check it out. I
Nice.
can't remember what it's called, but we'll put it out in our YouTube list, which we put out after this episode.
Cool.
Right.
Send us your last goat.
So this is what I wanted to end with, my selection at least, because I think this is the greatest in many ways. Not the greatest, but for me it's one of my favorites of all time. It's the closing credit song of Spider-Man 3. It's by one of my favorite bands ever, Snow Patrol. And it comes at a time where basically Mary Jane and the whole Spider-Man 3, which was, I mean, I know it was bashed for its whole story and everything.
Which I don't agree with at all. It's
I
a
agree.
very
It's
good
an
movie.
excellent movie. Spider-Man 3, basically, the whole story is about how Peter wants to propose to Mary Jane and, he wants to marry her and he gets his ring from from Aunt May and stuff. But he never gets to go through with it because of this whole debacle with his best friend, etc., blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the movie, it's a really sad, quiet ending. The entire trilogy bows out at a very solemn kind of space where they just decide maybe now is not the right time, and they just end up like dancing with each other, and it fades to black.
I know, it's such
and it's quite sad, actually.
Weirdly mature ending.
Yeah, I think it's also because they wanted to do Spider-Man 4 and 5, and then just never happened. So,
yeah, it doesn't really close out the trilogy because I don't think
Yeah.
they expected to shut the trilogy down after
Yeah,
that.
it's
Shut the movies down after that, I mean.
Yeah, quite a
They
sad
set up so
ending.
many villains
Yeah, they did.
in the third.
Yeah, but anyway, I really love the way this movie closes, and it closed that chapter of my life also, which is the Spider-Man chapter, Tobey Maguire thing. And it's and this song, okay, and I was trying to find a good quality thing on YouTube, and I found this, and I know that the YouTuber also agrees with me in the fact that it's a very emotional song, because the title is Spider-Man 3 Signal Fire Snow Patrol, in brackets, From My Ears and My Heart,
Aww.
which I think is brilliant.
I feel you, YouTube user.
This is the song. And I'll play the intro because the intro is where it's all at.
Yeah, it's the best.
Just imagine, they're dancing, close credits start, and this is the song. And that's my mom calling. But yeah, I think...
She heard the signal fire.
yeah, but I think just one of the most beautiful songs.
It's one of their best songs.
Yeah, one of
Wasn't this
their best
also
songs.
was this written for the movie?
Yeah, it was
Because-
written for the movie,
No,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
on the Eyes Open album, right?
No, it wasn't.
What?
Yeah.
With my eyes open, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yes, so that's
a great song too.
It's a goat for me.
Yeah. It's the best goat to end
It's
on,
got a
in
great
fact.
music video also. Do you remember it?
The Signal Fire video?
Yeah.
No.
It's basically, it's like a kid's play, and all these parents are
Oh,
loading
yes,
in.
of course, I
and
remember
Snow
it.
Patrol
And they're
is the
recreating
backing
the
band.
Spider-Man,
Yeah. All the movies,
yeah,
basically.
correct.
Yeah, and these
That
kids
is such a
recreate
good idea.
Very, very
Brilliant. Again, a great way to not use clips from the movie and
Yeah.
instead use the
And
movie
another
as a
band
great
did
jumping point.
Yeah, another band did something similar and Bombay Bicycle Club did a video. I can't remember for which song, but they did a children's reenactment, like a play of the exact same style of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Really?
Which is hilarious. Yeah, it's
What?
great. It's awesome. Yeah, yeah.
That's really cool.
Right. So that's my selection. Do you have a final song, or is that it?
No, I'd just like to mention that Spider-Man 2, I
Yes.
want to say, featured soundtrack specifically created for
Correct.
the Asian market.
I was hoping we'd get
So-
through the episode at least by mentioning
Yeah,
this
yeah.
once.
Bands from India and Pakistan, like
Right.
Strings did Na Jaane Kyun, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
Yeah, which is a great song also.
Or no, wait, was it Ye Hai Meri Kahani?
No, that was from the movie Zinda.
Ah, correct. Oh no.
Different soundtrack song.
Oh no. Yes. Yes, they did Na
But
Jaane
Zinda,
Kyun.
remake of Old Boy.
Yeah, a remake of Old Boy.
Yes,
You're
there you go.
right. And they use the same format, which
Yeah.
is why I want to say I got them confused. Because they have Strings hang out with Sanjay Dutt in like a green roomish area. Then
And
they cut
Sanjay
to clips
Dutt
from the
is
movie.
playing the drums, if I'm not
Of
mistaken.
course he is.
What the was that
Dude,
about?
Sanju is a drummer.
Is he
They
play-
didn't cover it in the
movie?
biopic, but he's a drummer. And he plays blues guitar.
Is he
pretty
literally?
poorly.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you not seen
not
the
actually.
world famous documentary called Into the Blues or something like that, which was made
God.
as a promo for Mahindra Blues Festival.
Of course.
Which cuts from Ehsan Nurani
Right.
to Warren Mendonça
Yeah.
to Sanjay Dutt.
Dude, I once ran into Sanjay Dutt and Salman Khan at a live from the console.
Wait, was it? Did you run into Sanjay Dutt and Salman Khan at 1992? But yeah, I know.
But yes,
I'm sorry.
it's fine.
They're still relevant today.
Yeah.
Did you say hi?
I did not, because they were quite into Lima's band. What was his band called?
Oh, I don't remember.
I can't remember what it was
But
called.
they would come to. I mean, Sanjay Dutt is connected to the fam that organizes Live
Yes,
from the Console, obviously.
exactly, yes.
Which is also why he was in the Mahindra Blues documentary.
Right.
It's
Great
not.
way to end this show.
We're not. I once ran into Jackie Shroff at Live from the Console.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, how is Bidu? How's he doing?
He was literally like, dude, he lives his life as a Bidu. He was
He is
watching.
the biggest
I think
Bidu.
it was a Pentagram was sound checking or something, and he's just like going like, yeah, man.
I have actually also weirdly enough met Jackie Shroff at a party for an IT company.
What?
Just let's not.
Do you think Jackie Shroff just wanders
What
from
are
party
these guys
to party?
doing? Yeah. What are
Jackie
these guys-
Shroff is living his best life.
Jagu. Jugs.
Jagu.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's great.
Tiger, on the other hand,
Tiger's doing all right, man.
Tiger's fine.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, what? How did we end up here?
No idea.
How did we go
Oh
from
my
Snow Patrol to
God.
Tiger Shroff in less than 3 steps?
All right, I think that we can end it at Tiger Shroff,
Yeah. And
and that's good advice for Tiger Shroff
I also
also.
just found a video that I was going to play, but I forgot to, which is again from Spider-Man 2, I think. Sum 41's What We're All About.
Correct. But was that also written for the movie?
It was written for the movie.
Weird. Okay, cool.
And I mean, the video doesn't even cut to clips from Spider-Man. Instead, it uses the themes of Spider-Man because the
Oh.
band plays upside down.
Even Ajane Q has what do you call it? Bilal.
Strings is upside down.
And yeah, they're on the walls and shit.
Shut up.
I swear.
I don't remember this.
Yes, it does definitely happen.
Don't you feel like Na Jaane Kyun was such a weirdly mellow song for a soundtrack? Because it goes like Na Jaane Kyun.
But Strings is
And
always like
they
that.
were always like
They're
that.
always like about the mood, man.
Yeah.
Except for
But
that
it's-
one song Sonia, which is really good.
Yeah, but it didn't even have like a ripping guitar solo, did it?
By the way, it did not. But Strings is back. They have a new song and everything out.
What?
Yeah.
With the same gang?
With the same
Bilal
gangs.
and
Bilal and
Asif, I want to say? Something Kapadia.
Faisal?
Faisal Kapadia.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Asif Kapadia is the
The actor, yeah. Who's actually in Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Okay, cool. He's the pizza place guy. He's the guy who tells Peter Parker, Toby Maguire, he'll be fired if he doesn't deliver in 30 minutes or less.
Okay.
Dude,
I guess,
that is crazy.
What is this?
Call it a web, if you will. And let's end the episode there.
Alright.
If you guys have any suggestions for songs that you really liked in movie soundtracks and you think they should come back, let us know. Write to us at contactgeekfruit@gmail.com. We really like reading your emails. It's really awesome. Please keep tweeting to us as well at GeekFruitHQ on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can DM us, whatever it is.
Yeah, why don't you tell us your favorite songs from movies? Tell us if you've ever met Sanjay Dutt, Salman Khan or Jackie Shroff.
Or Tigers.
Or any of the cats from Strings.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean-
I have met them though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went for a show there.
Cool,
in
then
Dubai.
write into Geek Fruit HQ, no? I didn't say tell me about it right now. Also, if you are the guys from Strings, reach out and say hi. We have one heartstring, we're looking for more. And we've heard you can hook us up. This has been the Geek Fruit Podcast. Bye, you nerds.
Hey, what's good, you guys? It's your boy Ranveer Alabadia from the YouTube channel Beer Biceps, and the Beer Biceps team is bringing you Hustle Science. Hustle Science is basically a show where we interview hustlers. We ask them about what made them legendary. We ask them about their success secrets. We go to the core of their legendary status in life. It's going to be hosted by my boy Tejaswin Gumber and yours truly, Ranveer Alabadia. Make sure you catch Hustle Science on the IVM podcasting app and website, or any kind of podcasting platform that you use to get your podcasts. Make sure you check it out. The episodes are going to be out every single Tuesday.
Every week comes a show where three people come together to tell you about stuff they like. A movie, a TV show, a book, and other stuff. Tune in every Monday on the IVM Podcast app to IVM Likes. Batman approves this message. Thank you, Batman.